Damn. That fucking Neji? Naruto chapter 614 came out today, man, and it was a real good chapter, man. Honestly, I was shocked at the death of Neji. I wasn't really expecting that to happen. Honestly, I really wasn't. I'm at a loss for words because I wasn't expecting that to happen. I didn't even expect any other. Right about now, I thought it was going to be a bunch of fodder characters, just a bunch of background motherfuckers who just going to die. I mean, that did happen, but no. I mean, Neji died. Like, Neji died protecting Hinata and Naruto. So, honestly, I cannot say that I was expecting that. But I do have a gripe. In this chapter, it is noted that Madara cannot become the Jinchuriki of the Ten Tails because he's not alive. He's a zombie, he's an Edo Tensei, can't become the Jinchuriki of the Ten Tails. And Obito knows that, and he's using that to his leverage, saying that, well, because you can't become the Jinchuriki, pretty much I have the most control over this thing, so you need to do what I say. And honestly, man, we're not comrades, we're not friends. I never have trusted you, nor do I like you, so you need to do what I say. I found that to be interesting because I like the fact that Obito is going back to being Toby, alright? Instead of him just being Obito, I want to see him back to being Toby, you know, choking people and, you know what I'm saying, just having all these cryptic, evil things to say. That was cool. But, at the same time, Obito said, you keeping me around and you're not using the full power of the Ten Tails because if you use the full power of the Ten Tails, I would die. And you need me here to revive you with, you know, the Rinnegan or whatever. That technique, Reno Tensei, I think what it was called. Renge Tensei. Something like that. I call bullshit. Okay. I'm calling bullshit because I'm calling it right now. I'm just saying it right now. I'm not calling that this is going to happen. But in the event that it does happen, you can go back to this video and say, you know, that Vash called bullshit. Pain, Nagato also used that same technique to revive everyone who had just died in that battle. God, I hope Obito does not do the same thing. Because eventually, I mean, listen to me, eventually it just seems as though something is going to sway his mind to where he would come to help them in some way, shape, or form. Because none of them could fight Madara, you know, blow for blow. None of them. Even if Sasuke were to show up for some odd reason and, you know, whatever was in that scroll, he decided to help them out for the time being, even he couldn't fight Madara blow for blow. They would need Obito. Like, in that instance, they would need him. Like, there's no mistaking it. They would need him. In fact, I honestly believe to strengthen his Sharingan, Obito would have to fight alongside Kakashi, and they would have to do it together. I mean, they would have to fight together to probably take down Madara. That'd be kind of cool. But in the event that Obito switches sides and sees the error of his ways after 20 or so odd years, please do not let that man go the same route as Pain. I don't want to see that. I don't want to experience that again. I'm sorry. But, like I said, overall, out of the ones that I read today, this one was probably the better one that I've read. So, it was a real good chapter, honestly, man. It was, you know, it was the build up to Neji's death was just like, it was done in a very, very, very good way. I just kind of thought it was weird. Not weird, but I just kind of thought it was adult and mature, like, of Ino and Shikamaru to kind of just, you know, move past their parents, their father's deaths like that quick. You know, they were just kind of like, hey, we need to just go ahead and go past that. So I thought that was cool. Also, yeah, just to build up to Neji's death, man, it was just kind of like, you know, they just kind of kept talking about how much he was a genius and he was remembering all this stuff and he was protecting Naruto and he was protecting Hinata, and I was just like, wow, man, like, Neji getting a whole bunch of screen time, then it was just like dead. I was like, oh my god, he just got impaled, and then when that ruin on his head started disappearing, I was just like, oh wow, he is really out for the count, man. I mean, I was not expecting that. And also, I want to make note of the shit that Obito said to Naruto. He said, I thought you said you weren't gonna let your friends die, or some shit like that. And Naruto just kind of looked at him. You know, he was kind of crying. He just kind of looked at him. Now, honestly, in my own personal opinion, this particular scene, because obviously Obito knows that Naruto and Neji were friends, and it can be noted that if Naruto doesn't lose his shit and doesn't, you know, because if anybody would have a legitimate reason to, you know, just kind of lose their shit and go batshit crazy, it would be Naruto. But seeing Neji die probably give Naruto some new resolve to where he don't want to see anything like that happen again, and he'll just gain some new strength that we've never seen before. Now that could be what swayed Obito to, you know, change maybe, or maybe when Sasuke show up, the revelation of what happened truthfully with Rin, you know, will sway Obito in some way, shape, or form. But like I said, I don't want to see him use that technique at all. You know what I mean? Like at all. I mean, unless he uses it on Madara, I don't want to see him use that technique at all. If he uses that when he died, because Pain died, so I just want. But he was. Did Pain die because he was weak at the time when he used that technique, or does that technique cost you a life? That's interesting. But if you know the answer to that question, let me know, man. If you could, give my video a thumbs up, man. Let me know what you thought about the chapter. Let me know what you think is going to happen next week, man. Drop some comments on the thing below, man. And this is Bass SMP, and I'm signing off.